It's friggin' Monday afternoon, people. I got up at like 1, sure did. Heard a wee bit of ruckus outside, so I was gonna go take a look at it and see what the frig's going on. Oreo's following me around like a lost dog. Oh wait, damn it, it was nothing. I was hoping it was my package from DX. So I'm batch. And welcome to my vlog. Oh, I'd give my left nut for some muscle relaxant right about now. Small of my back and the back of my legs. It's just killing me from doing those friggin' raspberry bushes on Saturday. All that bending over and shite just hurting like a son of a bitch because, you know, as you can tell in the videos, I normally don't do anything too extensive as far as manual labor goes, but that day it was quite extensive. So yeah, where's my coffee? Oh, I guess I'll drink one of these friggin' things. Chocolate macaroon it is. Chocolate macaroon, also known as the fart coffee, because it smells like fart when you cook it, tastes like fart when you drink it, is pretty awesome. And holy shit, Adam, throw a brush in your hair. So I'm just gonna rip me up a coffee here because, holy, I need one. Yep.
Definitely need a little coffee in my life.
Well, people, now that summer's here and winter's officially gone, I think. Could be wrong on that, but, you know, don't quote me. I'm thinking for the gaming channel that I might cut back on my uploads. Lately, I've been doing 4 uploads a day, right? One at 9, one at 1, one at 5, and one at 9. 9 a.m., 9 p.m. And I was thinking that I might cut back to 1 game at 1 p.m. and that is it. And then that's it. 1 game up per day. Basically because if you do the math, 4 games a day in 30 days is 120 videos. And with all this shit going on, like, it's summertime. I should be outside doing things, getting my lawn done, fixing this house up, doing things like that, right? I shouldn't be sitting in here playing video games. So I was thinking that I still want to keep the gaming channel going because I have fun doing it, but I don't have time to make 120 videos in a month. So I was thinking that I was going to cut back to maybe 1 or 2 videos a day. That's about it. Go with that. So that's my battle plan for the gaming channel. We'll see how well that works, and hopefully it works pretty good. Going to be focusing a lot more on getting shit did around the house. Like, I got some yard work to do. Dad's going to loan me his sledgehammer, which is nice because I don't have one. I should have one, but like I said last year, never got around to doing it. We're going to take that sledgehammer and bang out some posts in the backyard. Those, you know, the posts I keep talking about that I never get around to. Well, we're going to try and we're going to try and bang them left, right, up, and down, try and loosen them up and see if we can just yank some bitches out. If not, if there is cement in the bottom, which I highly doubt there is because the guy who put them in was lazier than frig. No, it wasn't me this time. There's somebody lazier than me, people. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I can't either. Basically, the guy who put them in, chances are he just banged them down and said, yay, horseshoe pit, you know? So what I'm thinking about doing is taking them out and then scrap metal corner, get rid of them. As far as that tree stump goes, well, I bought this shit last year and I did it to the tree stump, but I should have attacked it then. And the other problem was I didn't have a round mouth shovel with a long handle. Dad's got 2, so he told me I could borrow one. I'm gonna have to dig around the tree stump and knock out the roots and try and get enough of it out as possible. And then we're gonna get now that I can get a truck back there, because before I couldn't remember with the gate and the fence and all that shit and the raspberry bush. Now I can get a pickup truck back there so we can get a load of topsoil and fill in the hole with the tree leaves, and maybe, just maybe, it'll be easier to mow that lawn back there this year. Also, I gotta get around to buying grass seed and laying that down and blah blah blah, yada ba dabba doo. Like I said, there's a lot of work to do, a lot of shit to get done this summer, and I can't be playing 120 video games a month to and get all that work done. Like, I'm just overtaxing myself with video making and things. Like, I still want to do the vlogs because, you know, if I'm doing the work, there's no reason why I just can't set up a camera, hit record, let it record like an hour worth of footage, and use that footage to make something kind of attempt to go for something funny on YouTube, right? But as far as going with the gaming channel, it's going to be a pain in the ass. So I don't think I really want to do 4 games a day on the gaming channel. I'm going to tame her down to 1 and go from there. Like, as of May 10th, I think it is, a lot of the game series I've ran out. So I'm probably going to start around mid-May running 1 game a day and just going with that, and it'll be pretty good. I hope. It doesn't matter. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. It's the way she goes. Once winter hits, hits, I might bring her back up to maybe 2 or 3 a day. I don't know, depending on how busy things are. Because, you know, like I've told people in the past, and it's true, when you're a homeowner, there's always something to do. There's always something to do. Like, I got work out in the garage I need to do. I need to get that freaking romping tractor up and running. I need to get that garage cleaned out and organized and things, and we gotta, like, Dad's gonna come over with his I think he said table saw, that big oak door in the back of the garage with the Montreal Canadian towel on it. I want to use that as the swinging door in the garage, the one that opens up right now, because the door that's there is pretty much done. It's shot to shit. So the problem is that big oak door is too big to fit in the garage doorway, and we need to trim her down, but it's a solid plank of oak, so it shouldn't be that hard to do. Like Dad said, no, not a problem. We'll trim her down, slap her in, you're good to go. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Once that's out of the way, there's stuff back there that you guys haven't even seen. Like, there's cabinets and cabinets and cabinets of, like, stuff that, well, there's nothing in them. It's just storage that I can't use because there's a giant oak door in the way. I also want to take the engine off the go-kart. I'm going to throw the frame in the back shed. I got a buddy who wants it, but not yet. He's waiting for something. But he said he'll take it later on, but he can't take it now. But I just want it out of the way so I can use my sawhorses for something other than holding a go-kart frame that I don't plan on working on, because I had such a bitch of a time finding tires for it. So I said, you know what, fuck the go-kart. I got Rompy, the white tractor. If I can get that motor running and everything's good with it, then that's going to be my romper, and that's what I'm going to kick the shit out of. I got to get the Dynamark out, because one of these days I'm probably going to have to mow the lawn. Well, what little lawn I have, but I'm going to have to mow the lawn, right? So like I say, there's a lot of work to do, so I can't spend my time on the computer playing video games. I got to spend my time out there kicking the shit out of my house and fixing things. And like you all pointed out, the holes in the walls, easy repair, use that self-expanding foam, and somebody said get some flex spray or something like that, and it'll waterproof it. So I'm gonna look into that stuff, see if I can get that stuff, because I do have a that expanding foam, so I can easily do the expanding foam shit, but I'm gonna need to get some sort of a flex spray or something to make sure the water doesn't rot it out and, you know, it's wrecked in like 2 months. But I can look into all that at Crappy Tire or Walmart or whatever. Somebody said Walmart has it, so have you, anybody in North Bay, have you seen our Walmart? When I went and bought the new deadbolt for my house, this is classic. I go and buy the new deadbolt. So I go, normally it was over in Housewares. So I go over to Housewares to look for the new deadbolt. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I go up to the paint counter. There was a lady there who worked hardware. So I was like, excuse me, where can I find deadbolts? She goes, oh, it's in aisle blah blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm walking down and I'm looking. It's like plumbing gear, electrical gear, motor oil, car mats, back it up, motor oil, look on the other side, doorknobs and locks. I'm like, the fuck? Like, they're actually mixing. It was actually, sorry, it wasn't in the next aisle. It was actually an aisle in further, because they had like audio accessories like lights and plug-in adapters and stuff, and then it was like door locks on one side and motor oil and fluids on the other. So they had door locks and deadbolts and doorknobs mixed in with car fluids. So, like, I was like, holy shit, you guys really need to organize your shit and get your shit going. Like, this is ridiculous. I would have never thought to look where the motor oil is to get a damn door lock, but it's getting like that all over the store. And the original plan was they're supposed to move electronics to the back where the automotive was, and they haven't gotten around to doing that yet. But I don't know, they expanded the store, and they kind of friggin' Harlem shook everything in there all over the place, so pretty decked, but whatevs. I'll figure it out again, but I'll go in there and check and see if I can find the expanding foam, not expanding foam, freak sakes, water sealant stuff that Buddy said, the flex spray, and we'll see if that works. And like I said, we got a lot of work to do, so I just can't be gaming, that's all. And that's the way she goes. And what I'm gonna do is, maybe come winter when things slow down and things are easier, I might hit it hard again, or I might just say frig it and keep going with the way I'm gonna go. But we'll see how she goes and hammer her down. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm gonna drink my coffee. I need that. Well, people, it's that time of the day. What time of the day? Time of the day where I gotta go to work. It's on batch. So let's pitter patter and have at her. Gonna let the dog out for one last piss before I leave for 8 hours, and then we'll jump in the G6 and get her asses off to work. So you go potty. Looks like it's gonna rain out there today. Looks pretty nasty out, that's for sure. But whatevs. Go on, dude. Go bark at the neighbors. Bad dog. So yeah, I'm gonna head off to work, get this Monday shift over with, and there's 4 more days, and the weekend's here. Yay, more weekend! Alrighty, well, let's head off to work, get this shift over with. Hopefully it's an easy one, not too rough today. Yes, people, I know there's a crack in my windshield. That happened over the winter to all my new subscribers, and anybody who is not new, well, you already are aware of it. Judging by the look of it, it was caused by a hot-cold interaction. There's probably like a hairline crack somewhere that decided to explode. And this sign is practically laying on its side. Right on. Yeah, it's been a pretty easygoing day. I'm just taking her easy on this Monday. You know, not doing anything too crazy. Supposed to be getting rain all week, so that kind of sucks. I laughed when I looked at the forecast for today, because last week it said it was going to be 22 degrees and sunny on Monday. And then yesterday or Saturday I checked and it said 22 degrees and cloudy on Sunday or Monday. And then on Sunday, yesterday I should say, I checked and it showed a cloud, a sun, a rain, and snow, because they had no idea what it was going to do, with a high of 22 and a low of -8. Like, are you serious? You obviously have no idea what the weather's going to do, so you're just going to put every possible variable in there. That way you can't be wrong. Oh well, it's all good. Oh, they must be a deal on bounty or something, eh? Freak's sakes. She had her little pushy cart full of bounty. And, yeah. So I think my plan for the gaming channel will work out. One video a day and try and make them as entertaining as possible, instead of just doing like non-edits and series. I might do something a little different. But basically, I think thinking it's probably the better way to go. I should probably start playing some newer games, but they cost money, and I'm trying to save up for things. Mainly, I need to get this car fixed. I got to talk to my buddy, who he told me he would do the work for me and just charge me the labor. They own the garage where I got the tires, the winter tires. So I'm going to see about maybe if they can get parts, what their cost for parts are versus my cost for parts, because they can get plugs and wires and shit and get her done. Well, I'd like to get that done when I get the Trans Am on the road. That way there I can have my car on the road and be driving that around, and while this is in the shop, because God knows how long it's going to take them to do the plugs and wires, because this car's dicked and you got to do it a special way and things. Some people said you got to drop the motor to do it, and other people said you can just unscrew a bolt and the whole motor swings forward or something. And I don't know. I miss the old Focus. I did the plugs and wires in the old Focus. It was easy. Everything was in the front. All I had to do is get a ratchet and a plug adapter in there and just crank them out, and then put the new ones in and put the wires on. And because I don't know firing order or anything, because I'm not a mechanic, I use basic troubleshooting. And the way I did my plugs and wires on the Focus was I removed one wire, removed one plug, put the new plug in, put the new wire in, move on to the next plug, and did it like that. That way there I was sure to get the same firing order as I had before. Or I see some mechanics and they just like rip everything out and put everything back in, and they just know the firing order. I guess on newer cars it's probably listed on the coil pack which one for what plug. But like on the Trans Am, for instance, there's 8 points on that distributor, and I don't know which one's which. So like when I did the plugs on the Trans Am and the wires in the Trans Am, I did them one at a time, and the only plug that gave me a hell of a time was the one way in the back, because I couldn't get my ratchet around the header, and I ended up having to use like, because the plugs on that thing, the nut part kind of sticks out, I was able to get a box wrench on it and crank them out. But yeah, I don't really think like a mechanic, because frig sakes, I'm not a mechanic. Working on computers and working on cars, you know, it's two different things. Some people beg to differ, but I know better. A lot of people tell me, oh Adam, it's just swapping out parts. Like, it's no different than taking a video card out of a computer and slapping in a new video card. Well, holy crap, that was a purple 300. But not really, because sometimes you got to use different techniques just to do simple things like change spark plugs, for instance. And on a computer, like, Like on a car, everything's got to be torqued to spec, right? So you got to make sure that you have like proper torque on your wheels, proper torque on your freaking header bolts and head bolts and all this shit. So you need special tools for that. With a computer, all you need is a Phillips screwdriver in time, and you don't really torque things down to the point where like you're gonna strip the screw. You just make it snug so it holds it in place, and that's it. I've honestly never seen a computer technician with a torque wrench in his technical toolbox, you know. Normally it's a Phillips head, sometimes a grounding strap, sometimes some blow job in a can, and that's what they get the job done with. I've never actually seen a computer tech worry about torque specs on a video card mount or a chassis mount. It's just not something you care about. So yeah, working on cars is a whole different thing than working on computers, that's for sure. As far as the car's computer goes, that's pretty damn basic. Pretty simple how those things work. Like I said, when I was on the thirdgen.org, which was a website dedicated to my car, well, my year of Trans Am, there was a guy on there who did a whole write-up on how to burn your own custom ROMs so you can get better fuel mileage or more power, or if you change out your engine and such. So basically I used his technique, bought the gear that he bought, and I was able to get the car to run a little bit richer than stoic, not much, because I read up on those 305s and they don't like to run perfectly stoic, they like to run a little bit richer, but the stock tune made that thing run like a pig. And I was actually able to get the miles per gallon up to actually pretty damn good. Like I can fill my tank and go 500 clicks on that V8. That's pretty damn good. I think that car gets better fuel mileage than this thing, especially now that I don't have good plugs and wires on it. I'm getting like 14 liters per 100 kilometers. My buddy's pickup truck gets the same. Or I should say my buddy's Jeep gets the same. He has a Jeep Cherokee with the Hemi in it, and he's getting the same fuel mileage in town that I'm getting with this V6, which is ridiculous. So I know for a damn fact that it's my plugs. If I replace my plugs and wires, this car will actually get pretty decent fuel economy. Pretty frickin' decent indeed. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Some plugs and wires into it, and get the suspension in the front is okay for now. It's a little bit like when you hit a good bump, you can hear it go tss. So it is leaking a bit, but it does need to be replaced though. That's a given. I hope this asshole's not going straight. The guy behind him isn't. I can't tell what this guy's doing. I might have to wait and see what this white truck's doing, because I don't have enough room for an evasive maneuver in front of me. I got a guy beside me. I just staged up and he staged up too, so see what the fuck he's doing. Okay, he's turning. Thank God, because that would have been interesting. But yeah, like when I put the 350 in my old Sierra, we still had the 305 computer, so it was kind of not running right, and I tuned a chip for it, and then that truck started running awesome. Like it was getting great fuel mileage. Problem was something was causing it to stall all the time, and I couldn't figure out what it was because it wasn't throwing any error codes. It's pretty dicked. But speaking of pretty dicked, we're at work right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and park the car and shut her down, and we'll head inside and get this night over with. So let's hammer down. Alright people, well it's friggin' 8 o'clock lunchtime. I'm outside having a cigarette. I know it's 8 o'clock lunchtime. Look at how bright it is outside behind me, eh? Holy shit. It's like a golden friggin' Festiva or Fiesta. Yeah. I honestly kind of want one because the fuel mileage they get is ridiculous. I was chatting with them because they bought that and a new Ford F-150. The F-150 has the V8 and they got that car, which is a 2012 I think it is. Festiva, Fiesta, whatever the hell. And I farted. But they had to go up to Kirkland Lake to pick them up. Basically from Kirkland Lake to North Bay, that car burnt like just a little over a quarter of a tank. But not quite a 3/8. And the friggin' truck almost blew through like 3/4 of a tank. Yeah, 3/4 of a tank pretty much. They were down in the 3/8 mark, so that's kind of hardcore. And that car's awesome on gas. So I was like, oh, and they're pretty cheap too. So that's why I was thinking about maybe quite possibly, you know, scooping one up, because that'd be awesome. Well, tomorrow I got a service call to go to for computer repair. My business isn't actually open. I'm doing this one here under the table, so frig it. For the Elementary Teachers Federation again. Gonna go and fix their computers. Apparently they're acting up, so that'll be some extra cash in my pocket. Right on. So tonight I'm not going for coffee after work. I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow and head over there for the service call, because I don't know how much work's involved and what all the problems are. I wasn't really given too much detail except for things aren't working the way they should and they want me to go in there and fix them. So, sweet. I'm in, you know, in like Flynn. I don't see it being too long of a fix or too hard of a fix. Usually when things get messed up over there, it's usually pretty quick to get it done. But we're gonna get that done tomorrow for sure. Get a little bit of extra spending money for the weekend and hammer down. It's gonna be awesome. Of course, it's gotta be raining right now, so I'm gonna cut this part short and I'll probably talk to you guys at midnight when I get out of here. So peace the frig out. People, while it's the end of the shift. Currently 12:03 a.m., 13 degrees Celsius out. As you can tell, my fuel, 130 kilometers left, and sitting between 3/8 and a quarter of a tank. So I'm thinking I'm gonna fuel up. Reason being is, I don't know if I'll be able to show this, but I'm gonna try anyway. You gonna focus? Fuck's sakes, let me roll down the window. Right over here, look at that price. $1.31 for fucking gasoline. Or $1.13, sorry. Even though I'm having a little problem, I'm shaking the camera guy right now, but $1.13 for gas. So, I'm gonna scoot over to the station before I go home, load up my tank, and we'll head her home. So let's hammer down. $43 in gas, people. $43 in gas. See, gas prices here are $1.16 a liter. But I saw some prices earlier tonight that are $1.25, so tomorrow it's going up. Scenario. You gotta go outside? You gotta go outside? Hey? You gonna jump around like an idiot? Or are you gonna go for shit? Go for shit? Go for shit. So yeah, like I said, I saw some prices around town on my way home. Like the Shell over on Fisher's is up to $1.25, but the sign was blacked out, so I couldn't really film it. And the one here, Mr. Gas, is $1.16 right now, and the Shell over here is $1.13. They're mimicking Max, so right on. So yeah, I was told already gas is going up tomorrow. It's going to skyrocket up to $1.25 a liter. If anybody's wondering what the price conversion is to that, the gallons, just take the price, times it by 3.78. Because it takes 3.78 of our Canadian liters to make one of your US gallons. And then you'll get your price. So, there you go. The more you know. Alrighty people, I'm home now. Obviously you can tell. And I'm upstairs. Got me a James ready. Yup, it's good shit. And I think I'm going to shut her down here, call her quits for tonight. Edit, upload, all that jazz, and head to bed early because I'm going to be up early tomorrow to go do that service call. So on that note, people, if you like today's video, hit the like button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know where to leave them. And until next time, people, keep on vlogging.